So today's video is kind of special. We're going up to the Cosmopolitan to look at the wraparound penthouse suite. We're going to talk about the Cosmo, one of the curious little hotels in Las Vegas. But before I do that, I feel somewhat naked. Let me take care of that. Oh, that's so much better. Now let's go over and take a walk to the Cosmo, talk about the property and see that penthouse suite. Pretty amazing. So maybe you've never heard of the Grand Hyatt Las Vegas Hotel, but there's a good chance that you have heard of the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. My name is Steven, I am not leaving Las Vegas, and I'm standing outside of the Cosmopolitan. There it is, all 600 plus feet of it. I don't know what that is in meters, you'll have to calculate that on your own. And we're going to take a walk over to the Cosmopolitan, show you a little bit about the property, give you an idea of what it was to actually build this thing during the recession. Then we go upstairs, see what the wraparound penthouse suite is like, and many, many thanks to my subscriber who reached out to me and offered me this awesome opportunity. They're not going to be on camera this time, but if you guys want to reach out, you can hit me up in the links below, and I appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe to videos so we can bring you guys more Vegas as it happens, more tours, more things to make everything awesome for your stay here. Or if you're moving into town, we also talk about moving here, relocation, and everything else. And as I always like to say, never a dull moment in Las Vegas. You never know exactly what you're going to see. They don't like me doing that for free. No, they don't. All right, let's go over to the Cosmo, all right? So the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas, and that's an important term because there was a lawsuit over the name. It was actually constructed a long, long time ago. The hotel itself is nearly 10 years old, which just kind of blows my mind. It's been named one of the best hotels in the world by both Condé Nast and other travel websites. But this property has a story of bankruptcy, a story of redemption, and a story of now being a place where you go for a good show, you go for some high-end gambling, you go because you get treated really, really well. Unless you're O.J. Simpson, in which case you go because there's a giant lawsuit. I don't know. There's a video I did on that. You should check that out. I can't even stop myself with that one. So let's walk into the Cosmo. We'll talk about the property a little bit as we go through. So one thing I'll note is that it may not be more possible to get more center of the strip. This hotel is literally dead center, right across from Planet Hollywood, as you can see behind me. But it's really what's inside that counts, because the nicest building in the best location better be pretty awesome inside for you to want to go in. So let's go in and see what it's all about. So imagine, if you will, a hotel casino financed for $3.7 billion, only to have the economic crisis happen just a few years after. You're in the middle of construction, you're building the 7-story tall parking structure that sits below me in this hotel, and then you find out that you're going to default on a payment. Yeah, that's actually the story of the Cosmopolitan. It was actually repurchased for $1 billion, so a nice big loss there. And the hotel did open in 2010. I remember it was just at the tail end of the financial craziness that we had. So the hotel is doing better now. It's been purchased by the Blackstone Group. They actually just purchased the Bellagio right next door, making them a major, major landowner here in Las Vegas. The hotel has several different levels. Of course, the guest rooms sit above me, and we can see some world-class dining spots. We already saw Momofuku. And if we go upstairs, we can actually go to the ice rink. Yes, there's an ice rink every single December, and if you didn't notice yet, it's cold. I'm wearing my little mittens out here because we don't like the cold in Las Vegas. Let's take a look at the ice rink. So the ice rink isn't a Vegas Golden Knights thing, actually. They've been doing this since several years ago. And I always like to come up here and you can see you're high up. This is usually the Boulevard Pool. And the Boulevard Pool, I think is what it's called. It looks over the Boulevard. I know, go figure. Creative naming. So you have an ice rink. It's real ice. A few years ago, the Venetian put an ice surface, but it wasn't real ice. It was a trick. So I believe this is real ice, and these are real skates, and I am really Canadian, but I'm really not gonna skate because that's not what this video is about. But just scope out the view from up here. It's pretty phenomenal, and it's so cool to see something like this in Las Vegas, Nevada, you know, Sin City, the hottest city, the hot summers we have. So a couple of things I've considered about this whole project. So there's another YouTuber that said once that the Marriott owns the Cosmo. That's not true. As I mentioned, it's owned by the Blackstone Group. Blackstone Group has billions of dollars of real estate everywhere. And obviously they pay somebody to operate the casino. I don't know who that is and I couldn't find out, but you know, with the fact that the Bellagio land and building are now owned by Blackstone, I kind of got to wonder, are they going to try to convert this into an MGM rewards scenario? Is MGM going to move into owning and not owning, but managing this property in the future? So the future is maybe murky. Right now, Marriott owners can actually, timeshare owners or customers or guests can actually use their Marriott rewards points at the Cosmo to, you know, enjoy the amenities and the facilities, get a room comp, see a show, and I'm sure that won't go away anytime soon, but it'll be an interesting future as all these companies kind of consolidate and get bigger on top of each other. Now, I'm going to go back and we're going to look at the casino floor a little bit. They have a pretty cool race and sports book and some neat stuff in the lobby. Then we have to head up to meet my awesome subscriber who's going to let me go all the way up there to that penthouse wraparound suite. And I did this at this time of the day because the sun is going to be setting and I thought it would be extra special. So I'm really glad you're here with me. If you've made it this far, make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video because it helps a channel like mine out a whole lot. Thank you guys. So when it opened, the Cosmopolitan, at least to me, marked a shift in how casinos were kind of developed. Right upstairs, you can see how communal it is. Definitely a place for meetings like these nice folks here. Very excited to see each other. A lot more public space available. They have foosball tables upstairs, billiards tables. They put those away, I guess, because of the skating. Let's go down to the casino floor, then we're going upstairs. I promise, pinky swear, double pinky swear. We're going upstairs to see that panoramic view. I'm just waiting till the sun goes down a little bit, you know? So it'll be worth it, trust me. So originally intended to be on the second floor above me, this casino floor definitely is one of the larger ones in Las Vegas. There's a ton of table games, all sorts of slots that are all brand spanking new just due to the nature of the resort being only just a little under 10 years old itself. And it's a nice, brightly lit place, good architecture and good flow. Because this is essentially shaped like a straight line, you can only go one way to the lobby, one way to the strip, and upwards to your rooms or downwards to your parking. So nice casino floor. I imagine when they built this, they were focused on the huge economy we had in 2004 when they planned this out, and that's why they made the casino floor so big. But who knows? I'm not a gaming expert. I'm a guy with a GoPro walking through a casino hoping I'm not going to be caught filming. So far, so good. Let's look at the casino machines. Okay, so I just walked through for the first time so I can pretend like I'm just really surprised, but I'm not. This is pretty amazing though, and I'm still smiling. So extra thanks to my subscriber who was nice enough to get me access. Him and his wife were super nice people. This is a giant suite. I don't know the square footage. Giant is a relative term, as you're going to tell me in the comments. So you can see here, this is kind of a stereotypical condo. It makes a lot of sense because a lot of these rooms were supposed to be sold as condos until, of course, the property went through a bankruptcy and they decided to make them all hotel rooms because who wanted to buy $1 million condo back then? And what you have over here is pretty amazing. You have a nice little bar, so if you want to do some entertaining. You also have the mini bar where you can pay $14 for a can of Stella Artois, but you also have a nice mini fridge. And unlike the Harrah's, this mini fridge is cold and not dented. You have a nice little bar sink right here, as well as your own personal wine cellar. All right, so this is a touch screen. It controls everything in your room. Thankfully, my subscriber that was cool here, he basically showed me how this all worked. This is used to control everything in the room, and that's your lighting, your heating, everything. And it's a newfangled device, so it's not actually central. You can actually pick it up and walk around with it. So pretty nice. And it's good to have that control if you're in the bedroom and you just don't want to get up. The master bedroom is very nice and big, and we have an extra large television in each room. Of course, we have the master bathroom, which is bigger than some people's master bedrooms and where they live. As you can see in our walk through here, giant huge tub, giant huge everything, because this is the Cosmopolitan, officially one of the nicest hotels in the world. And walking out on our nice balcony, we can see the Strip lighting up behind me here. Good evening, Las Vegas. How are you doing? This is quite the experience. And if you're coming into Vegas and it's low season, this 1,100 square foot suite can actually be had for about $190 a night, which is not bad at all. You get beautiful views. It's a wraparound suite. Just make sure that you're facing the Bellagio fountain so you can have an extra nice experience while you're out here. I would say this is one of the better rooms I've seen in Las Vegas, but we still have to take a look at the Luxor and the Signature Tower coming up this week. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel, like, share, subscribe, and thanks for walking through this wraparound type penthouse suite here in Las Vegas. And yes, I'm quite well aware that the penthouse is way up there, but I've already said it 100 times. I'm in on it, and this is what we're calling the penthouse here on the channel, even though it's not really a penthouse. Okay, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. You guys are great, and we'll talk to you guys in another video. Bye-bye.